Kia ora everybody, we are back, that's right, and I've got another amazing question for you, Jen. If my hair is absolutely screwed, it's absolutely horrible, what can I do with it? Can I still tie it up? Should I tie it all up in that tight hair tie?
Probably not. I've got a client that I wish she was here. I know she would want to be here. She came to me a while ago. I'd never done her hair before. I hadn't met her. Her name's Kim. She's absolutely the most beautiful girl. And she had had her hair chemically straightened at the advice of another hairdresser, and her hair was ruined. It was cotton wool. She's got long, dark, thick, strong, healthy hair, and it was ruined. And she came in and she was beside herself. And I was slightly mortified because I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with it. And we took her through a series of treatments. So we started with the keratin complex, which is probably the most intense treatment that you can do for rebuilding. And then over time we introduced a couple of other in-salon treatments that we have available too. Her hair is now glossy and shiny.
Awesome.
So in answer to the question, can you fix it? As long as it's not at the point where it's actually like chewing gum snapping, yes we can. But it takes a bit of work. If you're just talking about moderate damage, then in answer to the other question, should I tie it back in a tight ponytail? Absolutely not, because you're putting too much pressure on the hair. And even if the hair is not particularly damaged and you're tying it tightly, that pressure and that weight is going to cause breakage or cause damage. So you need to be a little bit careful. And there's lots of, like, obviously treatments, in-salon treatments, at-home treatments. We've talked about earlier about not shampooing your hair too often. That's a really important message for somebody whose hair is perhaps a little bit compromised. And then being careful with heat.
Yeah, so what about like flat irons or hair dryers?
So if you think about if you boil a pot of water, I'm sure you know what the temperature that a pot of water would boil at.
No idea.
It's 100
Fill me in.
degrees. Yep. So you're getting 100 degrees. It's going to be bubbling hard. Your straight iron is generally between 190 and 220 degrees, so it's twice that. Now, if you imagine if you dunked your head into a pot of boiling water every day, all day, every day, like what you would do to your hair, and yet people will iron their hair intensively all the time. So if you are going to
puts
iron,
it in perspective,
it totally
doesn't it?
doesn't it? It's like, whoa, shit.
Yeah.
So when you're ironing your hair, you need to use a heat protector, and the ingredients in those heat protecting products, they just diffuse the heat and they take the intensity off the hair. They help, but they're not a miracle cure-all. It's not like some fancy chemical that you can spray coat and therefore the heat's not going to get through, because if the heat doesn't get through, then it doesn't do the work. So even with a heat protecting product on your hair, especially if your hair texture is fine, be careful, don't overdo it. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of natural movement. Your blow dryer is nowhere near as hot, so it's probably a better tool to use if you want to smooth out your hair. And if you get a grip on how to use it, you can actually get a really nice smooth result from blow drying. Shameless plug for a product that is available now in New Zealand is the new Dyson Airwrap. It's an expensive
You've
tool.
talked about this product so much.
But the Airwrap has a blow dryer attachment to the actual tool itself, so you can blow dry and brush at the same time. And the technology that they've created means that the heat is quite even and a lot less intense on the hair. So that's a really nice smoothing tool. Making sure that you've got a good blow dryer is really important for that as well. Dyson's obviously the top of the line, and it's not for everyone because its price point is certainly up there, but it is an amazing tool.
Okay, so there's the other myth as well, that if I come in and if I get regular trims, my hair is going to grow so much faster.
No, your hair's going to grow whatever your hair's going to grow. Again, genetic, with the exception of some health issues can affect the speed at which your hair grows and your age. So I think I talked to you earlier about the fact that when you get older, your hair gets finer and thinner, you lose density. It also slows down its growth. So the older you get, the slower your hair is to grow. But beyond those two, your hair grows. The speed at which it grows, what you do to the ends of it has absolutely no impact on how quickly it's going to grow. However, if your hair is damaged and you've got ends that are vulnerable and weak, we call them split ends, you can see them, or sometimes you'll see a point along the hair, you can look down and you can see a little white dot, and that'll be the point at which the hair has lost its cuticle and it's going to snap. And you can literally just go like that and it'll break off. So if that's happening, that hair's going to break off. So you may as well cut it off, because it's not going to be with you for any great length of time anyway. It's at the point where it's time you say goodbye. And sometimes just giving it a really good, solid trim and getting rid of all of that dead literally dead hair
Yeah.
is going to make your hair feel a lot better and be easy to work with, and sometimes can even make it look like it's longer.
Yeah, totally. I have had those in the past. Those good old split ends. Nothing at the moment though, which is fantastic.
No, it's because you've been looking after it.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. It's been great. So there you go, everybody. There's some tips and tricks of what to do if you've got damaged hair, and we'll see you in the next episode.